Hey guys, it's Grace. You don't really know me too well, so I thought, hey, let's do the 50 random facts about me tag. I have arachnophobia, the fear of spiders, but like very much so that every single spider scares me. The first time I went on a roller coaster was when I was 10 years old, and I loved every single second of it, and it was amazing. But my dad, yeah, not so much. I have never been to school on my birthday. Like, my birthday has never fallen on a day where I've had to go to school. I have not gotten my ears pierced yet, and I don't think I want to get my ears pierced, but I have been thinking I do want an eyebrow piercing, just like right there. Before I could talk, I had these weird nightmare things that I used to call living dreams. I now call them hallucinations because I feel like that's valid. And also a little bit of that during that time, before I could talk, sleep paralysis. Also, before I could talk, I knew sign language. I have 3 bucks full of memories from my childhood. I have one of them in my closet over there. I also have 2 in our basement, and I always love going through them. If you want to see memories from my past, just let me know. It's in the comments down there or something. I'm subscribed to over 200 people on YouTube, including Dude Perfect, Matthias, Markiplier, Creeps Pasta, Onision. And I like to think that they're all a little different part of me and like my personality. Because I have been thinking I might want some tattoos in the future. I have been thinking I want like a little infinity. The little infinity symbol on my wrist. Maybe like the Egyptian Ankh, the symbol of life, just right there. Maybe an outline of a heart on this shoulder area. The outline of like a cloud over here, I was thinking. And the last one I thought was a little diamond on this finger, just right there. Because I don't exactly trust Uber. My favorite color is purple. Back in first grade, I had what I called a true friend. And I haven't really felt that since until I little Yukon pre-college summer thing that's on the back of my phone still, and I use it for my school ID card. People I met there, they're really nice. I really still want to keep in touch with them. My favorite Toy Story movie is surprisingly the second one, because that's when we get introduced to Jessie and all of her background. And I am not like the basic girl that like we all talk about, the one that's like Starbucks and oh my god, One Direction, 5 Seconds of Summer, Twilight, Fault in Our Stars. That ain't me. I am a melomaniac, which means I am obsessed with music and I can't go a day without listening to it. I go through some phases from time to time. Like, there's my K-pop phase where I'm just like loving K-pop and I'm wearing wacky outfits like out of a K-pop MV, and other times where I'm listening to some pop punk music and feeling like, oh yeah, I should be wearing Vans right now. I kind of consider myself a Pegasister, which is the girl version of a brony. It's like there's brony and then there's Pegasister. I'm a Pegasister. I do like My Little Pony, but I don't really watch much of the show. I do watch a lot of the movies, though. The movies I like. I was never featured on Jack's Films yet. I don't exactly like destination shirts, like when you go to Cape Cod or something, and you have a shirt that's just like Cape Cod, or just like Agawam or something. I don't really like those shirts. I like outer space. And I know a lot of people, when they're young, they say they're going to be astronauts and want to go to space one day, but I was never one of those kids. I don't really like space. After watching, like, Interstellar and all, like, The Martian, those movies just, like, freaked me out about space, and, like, how it's, like, complete silence. I cannot stand complete silence. I sleep with a white noise machine. Space just, like, freaks me out, but I do love the whole space science aspect of all thatness. I would work at NASA, but, like, I am part Russian and part Irish, and in the family we recently found out that we're also Slovakian. When I was younger, for a lot of years, I planned a big red carpet Sweet 16 thing, and I put all of my little things that I wanted in this little binder. I'm 17 now. this did not end up the way I wanted it to. I might have a bit of a problem with the fact that I like a lot of villains in like TV shows and movies. There's Draco, Loki, Moriarty, Kylo Ren, Captain Cold from the new Flash. I might have a bit of a problem with this. Tell me, do I have a problem, or do you also have crushes on these guys? I don't really like pop music all too much. I've mentioned this before. I do listen to a lot of music, but there's only certain types of music I listen to. Like, I'm going through a bit of a pop punk phase right now. Simple Plan, All Time Low. I also like K-pop with like BTS, EXO, Girls' Generation. I don't really like cake that much. The first time I actually had cake was, I think, a bit 2 years ago. Also about food, I've never had cotton candy before. Back in 2010, I made a little family movie night type thing where every Friday my mom would make pizza and someone in our family would pick a movie and we'd go in a circle. And our first movie was the movie Shorts. And the latest one we saw was a documentary about the Beatles. I always seem to get a bloody nose on the first day of school. It's happened for maybe a few years now. Remember that video when I did the Tubies and I had an awards show for YouTubers that have like both impacted me and other people in the world and like made life better? Yeah, I made a speech for that, and this was in case it went viral and some people actually wanted an award from it. Can that go viral, please? I am a cinephile, which is not a sexual thing. It's just a lover of movies, really. Also, in the Harry Potter world, I am a proud Slytherin. Just like, whoop, go Slytherin. And also in the American world, the American Wizarding School, Ilvermorny, up in Massachusetts in Mount Greylock, I would be a Thunderbird. Sometimes my head cracks, and when it does, I can like feel it like in my tongue, and it's kind of weird. I repeated first grade, so technically this should be my graduating year. I do like a lot of scary things, like I mentioned, all like the creepypastas and the horror movies. I'm just like not really fazed by all the horrorness. Some of the only books I've read is the childhood book series I have at Junie B. Jones. That was one of my favorite books when I was younger. I have the complete series actually in my closet. And I've kind of done a little project where I've been coloring in the black and white pictures, but that's kind of been put on hold for like 5 years. I play a lot of Sims. Like last I checked, I have played 280 hours about. I don't really read books that often, and when I do, I have specific rules for the books I have to read. I like having it be like first person, so I can clearly imagine myself into the book. I also like it if the first person view is a female. And I also like it being like fantasy or sci-fi type. I once had a fish named Julienoi. Here is the text on how I spelled it. Here is how I spelled my fish's name when I had it. And I chose that name because I wanted all the vowels in his name. Also, when I was younger, I used to write some movies in my spare time. And I have this big giant binder here full of movie stuff, full of movies that I've wrote. One called Forbidden Love, loosely based on Romeo and Juliet, but ooh, plot twist, they're cousins. I also sometimes cast my friends because it's easier to visualize. I have one called The Unknown World is by far the biggest one I've written. I've printed out so many copies of the script over the years. I have a lot of celebrity crushes, and they change time to time, but right now I think there would be Diogo Morgado and Cam Zagami. When the first couple of notes of a song plays, I can sometimes instantly recognize that song. I have 6 American Girl dolls, and I do want a whole bunch more of that stuff. I want to go to the store, buy some more stuff. I have 6 American Girls, I have a horse, I have a whole bunch of outfits. I want more stuff, but at the same time, they're not up in my room anymore. They're in our basement, and I'm thinking, okay, I think it's time we need to get rid of them because I haven't been using them in a while. So we want an American Girl doll. When I was younger, I always really wanted to move. I would always pack up my things and just pretend to move. I don't exactly get dizzy from spinning. I'm kind of bad with everything because I'm a procrastinator, and I do that with a lot of stuff like goals. A lot of goals and homework. I have never gotten a brain freeze. You know, like when you like eat ice cream too fast and you have a brain freeze. I've never gotten a brain freeze. I switched elementary schools and in the middle of the elementary schooling. After high school, I want to move to Los Angeles because it's the land of YouTube and a lot of YouTubers live there, and I like YouTube. So I just recently had my birthday. I turned 17 on yesterday, October 11th. So I'm 17, and I definitely had a sweeter 17 than my sweet 16. I went to go see Simple Plan in concert in Baltimore on October 10th, and that was awesome. And they also had a couple other bands, Hit the Lights and Story Untold. And lastly, I've always felt more male than female. Like, I sometimes dress in men's shirts. This isn't a men's. But this is boyfriend style shirt. I do have a lot of men's shirts in my drawers. I identify a bit more male than female, and I recently found there a word for that. That means that, because like I do sometimes like dressing up and just like, oh, look at me, I'm a girl, I have boobs, what? But sometimes I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna like wear a men's shirt and I don't really care who sees me. There's a name for that, and it's called bigender or gender fluid, so I think I'm now on the LGBT scale. And that's all of the 50 random facts about me. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big giant thumbs up. Comment down below maybe like 5 random facts about you. I tag anyone who hasn't done this yet. Also hit that little subscribe button down there because friendship is a thing, and that's basically what you're doing. You're subscribing to a friendship. We're friends. Friends. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.